Hi viewer, my name is Sam and welcome to my channel. Please sit back, relax and enjoy the video on how all of this started. Right, so let's go all the way back to before I was even enjoying running, back to when I was a little baby boy. This little guy right here, this guy loved football and that was his life. Despite being a tubby little goofball, he developed his skills and as the years went on, went to play for his primary school team and then eventually my high school team. While growing up, the little guy became not so little. He still loved football, but during one year, he decided, let's give goalkeeping a try. I got dropped from the school team. Now I had nowhere to play football, so now I was sportsless, but wanted to continue doing exercise and sports just for the fun of it. So then decided to go explore sports and dabbled here and there. Tried triple jump, found the environment slightly off. Tried handball, there was no facilities or teams. Tried table tennis, just lacked the motivation. So the next sport I decided to actually stick to and specialise in was badminton. I started taking it fairly seriously, playing around 3 to 4 times a week and was having a really good time and getting pretty good. Then me and my training partner started playing less and less and even less. And so did my love for the sport. So on to the next one. So then tried out basketball because, well, my height is definitely not an advantage in the slightest. Basketball was quite fun at a low level, but then got spotted by the school team. I played pretty well for my first season, but my desire to get better wasn't really there, because I didn't play much outside of school, so just got bored. Again. Then I discovered running. For my first ever run, I went out around my block and just tried to run 3 kilometers. I ran 500 meters, then walked for about 5 minutes. Then another 500 meters, then walked again. Then jogged in the last 300 meters. Absolutely sucked. But I went out again and again and again and again. The walking breaks disappeared and my endurance was improving. Things were getting good. Then, after a little bit of thinking, I wanted to see how far I could take things and joined my local club, thinking my training would mean I'd fit right in. First ever session at the club, I was lapped by absolutely everybody there, at least once. Mind you, I'm 16 at this point, getting lapped by the youngest members, being 4 years younger than me. It was clear to me that everyone was out of my league, but I knew that being in this high level environment, I'd see improvements. And I did. Slowly but surely, I improved and started running fairly good times by my standards in the 5k. I'd finally found something that stuck. A few months later, track season came around, and I'd been on and off with my training. My coach had started doing sessions that tailored to the shorter distances, from 800 meters to around 3k. During one of the 800 meter sessions, I was not only able to keep up with some of the clubmates for the first time, but I was leading some of the repeats. I had found my domain. As I had no dedication to a specific distance, I continued to train for the 800 meters and ran my first ever race, 27th of April 2024. I ran a time of 2 minutes, 6 seconds and 78 milliseconds. Then I said to myself, not too shabby, let's do another one. 2 minutes, 4 seconds, 90 milliseconds. Another, 2 minutes, 9 seconds. Dodgy. At the 209 meet, my coaches said there was no athletes for the 400 meters. So I thought, why not? Let's just try and run around 55 seconds, or maybe just try to rank on the power of 10. If you at home don't know what the Power of 10 is, it's a website that ranks all British athletes in the country that run under a prescribed time. For the 400 metres, it was 54.0 seconds. Tough, I thought. I lined up without blocks since I didn't know how. The guns went off and left everything out on the track. I ran a 52.76. I was speechless. Now, going back to the 800, my next race I ran a 2:02, the race after that, 2:04, and then finally, and still to this day my fastest ever 800, ran 2 minutes flat. Now I was in love with the idea of racing. After the success in the 400 metres, I tried racing a couple more. One I ran 51.54, and the last one of the season I ran 50.9, winning both races. Just as I was finding my racing rhythm, the season ended, but the training didn't. I was faced then with a dilemma: do cross country to boost my endurance for the 800, or do indoors for speed in the 400 metres. After a not so thorough decision, I decided to go for indoors, and for the fun of it, started training the 400 hurdles as well. For context, I've now been at my athletics club for a year, and have gone from a pretty inactive heavy kid to now aiming to be competing at a national competition in January. So as a final message, you, the viewer, should try new things. And I know you may not necessarily be into sports, or take that passion to a national level, but who knows, maybe you too will discover a new world like I did. And thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video and want to follow my athletics journey, please consider subscribing. Much love, take care, and have a wonderful rest of your day.